Hello and welcome to Tips and Tricks AutoCAD 002, titled AutoCAD Ribbons. The purpose of the Tip and Trick is to enhance your skills and share with you solutions to problems that other users experience. Our Tip and Tricks are created from the top 30 support calls logged with our support desk. If you require more information on our support desk, then please contact customer services on 01784 419911 or email customer.services@cadline.co.uk. All of our tips and tricks can be found on our website www.cadline.co.uk. Please remember that we are issuing tips and tricks for all Autodesk products as well as the one you're about to watch. Thank you. Now the reason we've picked palettes as one of our tips and tricks on this session is that we get an awful lot of users phoning us up asking us how to change this new version of AutoCAD 2009 back to an AutoCAD 2008 interface. However, we don't want you to just kind of move back to the old versions. We want you to kind of take advantage of these new tools. So the purpose of this tip and trick is to just quickly go through the ribbons with you and show you how these are more of an advantage than using the existing way of AutoCAD. So the first thing you'll notice from looking at my screen is that AutoCAD looks completely different than any other previous version. You'll find that the toolbars on the left and right of the screen, which historically draw and modify, have disappeared. And you'll see that the original pull-down menus have also disappeared along the top. So along here now you can see I've got these new pull-downs and I've got these new palettes. Now the purpose of the palettes is to make it easier to navigate around AutoCAD. So you'll see at the moment I'm on this button called Home. When I click on Home, you'll see that I've got just a certain type of toolbars appearing. So on mine here, that I've customized it to have draw, modify, layers, annotation, blocks and properties, because these are the main ones that I use from a day-to-day drawing point of view. However, if I want to start doing some annotation on my drawing, then I can pick on the word annotate. And annotate will give me just the ribbons that I need to do my annotation work. So for example, I have text here, dimensions, multi-leaders and tables. I've got one also in here called View. When I click on View, you can see things like my UCS, my viewports, and things like my palettes that I want to bring up from day to day. And if I go to my output, you'll see that I've got Plot, Publish and Send. So again, very important ribbons. If I go back to Home, and I want to use my tool palettes, I simply use them as I would a normal toolbar in the previous versions. If I want to draw a line, I click on the button Line, and it will allow me to click a line around the screen, like so. Hit Return to Finish. However, these are enhanced from the existing toolbars. Previously, I'll give you an example. The arc command icon would only give you the choice of up to 3 arcs. If you wanted any more than that, you would need to go to a pull-down menu to use it. However, on the arc button here, if I click on the extended arrow, you'll see that I have all the different ways of drawing an arc. So again, it's quicker than going up to my pull-downs and finding the right one. I also have an extended area at the bottom, so you'll see the word Draw and an extended arrow. When I click on that, it will give me the Draw To toolbar, as you've previously known it in AutoCAD. And the same with Modify. I've got the Modify toolbar here, extend it to Modify To. So again, quicker ways of finding myself around the drawing. If I go over to the Polyline command, for example, if I hover over it, it'll tell me what it is. If I hover long enough, it will tell me how to use it. So again, if there's some of those commands you're not fully aware on how to use, you can hover over it and you'll get an explanation. I can click on that then and go straight to help if I need to. I can also minimize these bars by using this little icon here. If I click on that, it will give me more drawing space. And then I can hover over the toolbars to get the right one. So again, for those of you working on smaller monitors or working with laptops, again, it's a great space saver on the screen. If I extend it again with that arrow, you'll see that it disappears completely. So I'm just left with the pull downs. And when I click on the pull downs, it will give me them until I move away and then it disappears. So again, if I go to Home, I get the toolbars, click on an icon to use it, and I get my screen space back again. And if I click on the arrow last time, it will take me back to where I originally was. We can also undock these, so I can right click here and say undock the toolbar, and it will now give it to me as a palette. So again, just as you had with existing palettes in AutoCAD, I can drag it around and change the size of it. The icons Home, etc. along the top here, so if I go to Annotate, as all my annotation information. If I go to Home, there it is there. I can right-click on this and I can dock left and right. So again, the same kind of functionality you have with a palette. Or you can drag it over on the left and it will dock itself. If I drag it back off, it floats, and drag it back up and it docks back again at the top. So again, very, very easy to use. One of the other features of the palettes at the top is we have this toolbar here called our Quick Launch toolbar. And this will give us all our favorite commands regardless what we're in here. So on mine, for example, I've set up New, Open, Save, Print, Undo, and Redo. So they're the ones that I would use all the time. So again, if I go to Annotate, that toolbar stays the same. This can be customized by simply right-clicking on it and Customize Access Quick Toolbar. And in there you can add and remove the icons of your choice. The same with these toolbars here. We can right-click and customize, and you can customize them in what order you like. For those of you that still don't like the use of these palettes, we have an icon in the bottom right here. And if I click on this, this will allow me to put it back to AutoCAD Classic. However, Autodesk will be moving forward with these toolbars, so I suggest it's probably time to start getting used to them. With regards to your pull-down menus, they now reside inside the big A in the top left. When I click on the big A, you will see all my pull-down menus down here. So again, they've not been taken away, they've just been moved. I can also come up to the search menu. This is extremely useful if I can't remember the name of a command. Let's say, for example, I want to do some attribute work and I have no idea what the attribute command is called or where it resides. I can start to type the word attribute, and you will see it will list me all of the commands that are in relationship with attributes. And if I come down, it will tell me where they are held, but I can also use them from here. So again, very, very easy to find. Also in here, we've got our recent documents, open documents, and recent commands. The recent commands will list things like commands you've been using and saved inside your drawing. So again, it's just making it a little bit easier to navigate around. And then finally down here, we have the options button. So if I click on here, that will bring up my AutoCAD options. Okay, well thank you for attending this short tip and trick on palettes, and I hope that you'll be using them in the future. Thank you.